Welcome to Timeless Talks, the podcast where past meets present. I'm Helena, and today, my guest traveled a little further than usual to be here. He was the most powerful man in the world. He commanded armies. He ruled an empire. And every single night, he wrote in his private diary about how to be a better person. Most powerful people want more power. This man wanted wisdom. His name is Marcus Aurelius, Emperor of Rome, and he is somehow sitting right across from me. Marcus, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Helena. I must admit, this room is unusual. What is that glowing sign behind you?
That's just neon lighting, very popular right now. We can talk about it later. First, I have to ask you something that everyone wants to know. You were the Emperor of Rome, the most powerful person alive. You had everything: money, armies, palaces. Why did you spend your nights writing about feelings?
Because power without understanding is dangerous. I had the power to destroy cities. But what good is that power if I could not control my own anger, my own fear? The pen was not about feelings, Helena. It was about discipline. Every night I asked myself, did I act well today? Did I respond with reason or with emotion? Most people never ask themselves that question.
Okay, I love that. But let's be honest. Most of us are not emperors. We don't have armies. We have jobs, problems, difficult people in our lives. How does Stoicism help a normal person today in the real world?
The Stoic idea is simple. There are things you can control and things you cannot. You cannot control traffic. You cannot control what other people say about you. You cannot control the weather. But you can always control how you respond. That space between what happens to you and how you react, that is where your freedom lives. That is where your character is built. Most people give that space away. They react immediately. They let the world control them. The Stoic does not.
That space between reaction and response. I really like that. But Marcus, can I be honest with you? Sometimes life is just hard. Sometimes things happen that are genuinely terrible. Loss, failure, disappointment. Does Stoicism just tell you to not feel anything? Because that sounds exhausting.
No, that is a misunderstanding many people have. Stoicism does not ask you to be a stone. It does not say, do not feel pain. It says, feel it. Acknowledge it, and then ask yourself, is this within my control? If yes, act. If no, accept. I lost children, Helena. I lost friends. I lost years of my life to war I did not want. I felt all of it, but I chose not to let it define my actions. There is a difference between feeling pain and being destroyed by it.
That is actually really beautiful and surprisingly modern. Okay, I want to ask you about something specific. Social media. Today, millions of people read what others think about them every day. Strangers on the internet write terrible things, and it affects people deeply. What would you say to someone who reads a horrible comment about themselves and cannot stop thinking about it?
I would ask them one question. Is this person someone whose opinion matters to you? Do they know you? Do they love you? Have they spent time understanding who you are? If the answer is no, then why does their opinion have power over you? You would not ask a stranger to manage your money. So why do you let a stranger manage your emotions? The opinion of someone who does not know you, it is noise. Nothing more, Helena.
Okay, that is going directly into my phone as a reminder. Marcus, let me ask you something that I think a lot of people struggle with today. We live in a world of constant comparison. Social media shows us people with more money, better bodies, more success, and it creates this feeling of, I am not enough. Did Romans struggle with comparison too, or is this a modern problem?
Comparison is as old as humanity itself. In Rome, men compared their wealth, their status, their military victories. Senators competed for influence. Generals competed for glory. The problem is not comparison. The problem is what you do with it. There are two ways to look at someone who has more than you. The first way, you feel smaller. You feel inadequate. You spend your energy wishing you were them. The second way, you feel curious. You ask, What did they do? What can I learn? How can I grow? One path destroys you, the other builds you. The Stoic always chooses the second path.
That is such a good reframe. Curiosity instead of envy. Okay, Marcus, I want to go a little deeper now, because I think a lot of people feel lost. Not just unhappy, but genuinely lost. Like they don't know what they want from life. Did you ever feel that way? Even as emperor?
Every single day of my early life. I was adopted by the Emperor Hadrian when I was very young. My entire future was decided for me. I did not choose to be emperor. I was chosen. And for years I struggled with that. Who am I if my role was given to me? What do I actually want? But then I discovered something important. The question is not, what do I want from life? The question is, what does life need from me right now? Stop looking inward for the answer. Look outward. Look at the people around you. Look at what needs to be done. And do it with everything you have. Purpose is not something you find. It is something you build through action.
Purpose is not something you find. It is something you build through action. Marcus, I need a moment. That was incredible. Okay, one more topic before our final question. And this one is personal for a lot of people. Relationships, difficult people. We all have them. A coworker we cannot stand, a family member who drives us crazy, a friend who always disappoints us. How did you deal with difficult people as emperor? Because you literally could not avoid them.
I used a very simple practice. Every morning before I began my day, I reminded myself, today I will meet people who are selfish, dishonest, ungrateful, and unkind. Not because I am pessimistic, but because I am prepared. When you expect difficulty, you are not surprised by it. You are ready for it. And then I reminded myself of something else. Those difficult people are not evil. They are confused. They are acting from their own pain, their own fears, their own limited understanding, just like I sometimes do. Compassion does not mean accepting bad behavior. It means understanding where it comes from. That understanding makes you less angry, and less anger means better decisions.
Expect difficulty, but respond with compassion. I love that. Marcus, I have to ask you something a little more personal now. You were emperor for almost 20 years. That is an incredibly long time under enormous pressure. Did you ever want to just quit? Give up? Say, I'm done with all of this?
Every single day, Helena, I did not want to be emperor. That is the truth. I preferred books. I preferred philosophy. I preferred a quiet life. But the role was given to me, and I made a decision. If I must do this, I will do it as well as I possibly can. You do not always choose your circumstances, but you always choose your response to them. The question is never, why is this happening to me? The question is always, who do I want to be while this is happening?
Who do I want to be while this is happening? I think that might be the most powerful thing anyone has ever said on this podcast. And we have had some good guests. Well, you were actually the first guest, but still.
I appreciate the distinction.
Last question. And this one is for everyone listening right now. If you could give one single piece of advice to someone who is struggling today, one sentence, what would it be?
You have survived every difficult day of your life so far, every single one. Your survival rate, as I believe you say today, is 100%. The next difficult day is not different. You have everything you need. You always did.
Marcus Aurelius, everyone, emperor, philosopher, and honestly, better podcast guest than most living people I know. If this conversation made you think, share it. Someone in your life needs to hear this today. And if you want more conversations like this, subscribe to Timeless Talks. Because next time, things are going to get even more interesting. We have some incredible guests coming, people who changed the world, broke the rules, and had a lot to say about it. You do not want to miss what is coming. This is Timeless Talks, past, present, perspective. See you next time.